As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. We're through the first quarter of the season. Hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. There on the tackle, the rookie out of Auburn. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They give it to him again. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
First down, and they go right back to him. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Award that tackle to Michael Hall. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Let's go. Go.
Here's 2nd and 7. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left with 4th down here. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And this will put an end to the drive after it stalled out. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Browns will have their work cut out for them on this drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, it'd really break the backs of a defense.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Let's go now.
Changing things up, they're going to throw now. will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
Go! Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
Here's a give up the middle. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Award that tackle to Michael Hall. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Come on, set.
Another carry for him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Working quickly here.
Cup 19, Cup 19. Warrior 70.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Wangu on the catch. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that one is going to get them on the scoreboard.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Throwing on 3rd and long. He's on the move. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. More from Minneapolis right after this. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter. Browns in control of it. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8. Hubbard again. Along the sideline past midfield. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that gives the Browns a first.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
And he gets him around 6 there. The tackle there by Daniil Hunter. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They run again with Hubbard. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Back to throw on 3rd down. Escapes the pocket. On the run right, throwing deep down the side.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, that's one they should have run instead.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Looking to the air here. Forced out to his right. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That pass caught by Wangu. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
Go! Cougar 19. 19 Lion. 19 tight. 19 tight. Hut, hut.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Launches one deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. On play action now, McCarthy. Into a crowd and, intercepted! And the Browns get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, Brock, they get an early opportunity here inside the red zone, but nothing comes of it after that interception.
Yeah, no question, Kate. You expect that this won't be their last chance or the last time they get in the red zone. This will, or at least should, be the last chance that it ends in a pick. They're going to take that Microsoft Surface tablet. Everybody is. They're going to pull that play up, and most importantly, they're going to try to identify what happened so it doesn't happen again. I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Buffalo 18. Come 19. Come 19.
On 2nd and 9. He's on the move. And he breaks out the slide. Didn't want to take a hit, but he is just shy of the 1st down marker.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. And we'll see how this plays out the rest of this half with none remaining. To throw it on first down. Buys time, rolling right. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Harrison Smith in on the stop. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be third down.
Let's go. 18, back, 18, back. 65 back, 65 back.
He's dropping back to throw. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. First and 10 from the 41.
Ready. 79 Broncos.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got second and 15. Putting a receiver in motion. Running it after the penalty. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Got him 5 yards back, and that's going to bring up third and 10.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a third and 10. Campbell going to motion over right. Gets everything he has under this throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. And a field goal try coming up shortly from the Browns. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
They'll run here on first down. And he's tackled for a short gain. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Getting out to his left. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw, almost an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Chased out to his right. That's taken in by Wongu. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. That's caught for the first. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Throwing it just before halftime. On the move, headed right. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Browns watch as the return goes out of bounds, bringing us to the end of our first half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. From his own end zone, here we go. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running right, here's Hubbard. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Here's Hubbard on the give. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Hubbard trying this up the gut. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6. They're going play action. Headed out right. And the Vikings rush brings him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Browns are lined up to punt. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return and gets it back to the 20. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And it's going to be Vikings football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Hits his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Looking to throw, McCarthy. He's going deep. Big gain downfield. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings push their lead further to start the half. Vikings electing not to kick it. The offense staying out there. They're going for 2. And that pass is complete for 2, and their lead grows further. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And this run gets across the 20 to about the 21. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next. Running back sent in motion. From the 21. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Vikings will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
1st and 10, here's McCarthy. Rolling left, buying some time. And that's going to be a sack. He goes out of bounds well behind the line of scrimmage.
I'll admit it, as a former QB, probably the last one to always cast blame on the QB, but that's a situation where you just got to get rid of the ball. I will give a little blame. You've got to throw it away and just take an incompletion.
He's going deep this time. He's got it inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal.
Set. Ready.
Now McCarthy. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings parlay the interception into points. Nico Collins with the touchdown. Now it's Will Reichard on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings push their lead to 18. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Up the middle, Hubbard. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Got it. Ready?
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
60 back. Yeah, 60 back.
Just one.
The end of the 3rd quarter with the score.
Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
70 ready.
Dropping back to throw. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
79 Broncos. Last name 19.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they take him down right along the 30. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26. Pass play now. Forced out to his right. Throwing deep for the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Let's go now. Go.
He'll throw it yet again. He's on the move. He's got it at the 6. That's a Cleveland touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolf. Trap alert. Take go.
Right up the gut. And that carry gets him up to the 44 on a solid gain. Offense in the hurry up here. Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Open space inside the 40. Down the sideline into the red zone. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
Back-to-back carries here. With some fancy footwork there for the touchdown. The Vikings have likely locked up the win right there. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Oh, brother, it's another interception.
Those defenders, well, they're just as excited as all of us when we get to see a 2-point play. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board and can energize a defense and give them that swag when the defenses stop them.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready, break.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
At the 60, at the 60. Track. Track 60. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 19 Lion. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Second and 10 now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Desperation time here on 4th. He's throwing deep to the left side. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Ready.
McCarthy throwing here. Chased out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. 2nd down, looking for options. He brings it in. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and punch it in. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Only 1 on the carry, so that's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 3.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal.
Ready. Cougar 19. Hut.
Wangu. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Vikings keep adding to that fourth quarter lead.
Drop goal 80. Let's go.
He's throwing for it. On the move, headed right. Oh no, they get him yet again. Juan Thornhill takes it away. Well, they looked maybe a little unsure of the call, Brock, and that two-point try unraveled out there.
Or maybe they were just surprised by the look this defense came out in. Either way, unfortunately, not a whole lot you can do once that ball snapped. Got to find some way to make that call work.
Will Reichert to kick off for the Vikings.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. He's got the squiver. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing from the gun. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. He'll throw it. Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Got to keep moving quick here. Here he is on 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Hut, hut.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And this one doesn't go far. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings put up even more points in a win. Reichert on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings continue piling on to this lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Starting from the 5. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he found some running room for a nice gain. So it's a win for the Vikings. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week.